Let's touch on chiropractic value and insurance coverage. So I'm going to talk about the value first, which means the things that we talk about during our day-to-day encounters in the office. When patients come in for visits, we can expand our discussions onto a variety of wellness topics. That's what I mean by the value, the value that people are getting when they come into the office. So I was talking with one of the doctors in the office, and this is what generated the show. So this was yesterday, and we were talking about insurance coverage and the parameters and so forth, and the challenges that we run into, and of course, which patients run into. I'll touch on that in a few minutes, on what insurance covers and what it doesn't cover when it comes to chiropractic care, okay? So the time that we spend with people is, in the beginning, the obvious stuff. So when a patient comes in and they have neck pain, neck and arm pain, carpal tunnel, lower back trouble, sciatica, gastrointestinal problems, headaches and migraines, dizziness, whatever it might be. The obvious thing we're going to spend our time on is determining the cause of the problem. Is this something that we can handle in the office? Does it need a medical referral? Is there any other tests that are needed? Then working with the patient so they understand what the problems are, what the causes are, and we try to move the ship forward in dealing with those issues that they came in with. Some patients will opt for a short-term solution to their problem that they come in with, okay, on a chiropractic standpoint. So they might come in for a few weeks, and let's say that their back pain flare-up is gone, they might opt to stop coming at that point. So we don't have an opportunity necessarily to move on to other wellness topics. Other people, as they go along, they're like, wow, my lower back problem is getting better, but now it's actually better than it was prior to this flare-up, and gee, 4 other things that we have talked about are now getting better as well. I think I'm going to stick around for a while. So these people choose for more corrective care and then maybe wellness care. Wellness care, of course, is just like the word says. We're focusing on keeping people well so they don't run into a problem in the future if we can help avoid that, okay? Well, the point of all of that is we can add value to your health and wellness lifestyle, right? So we start engaging people on other wellness topics. We'll start talking about nutrition. We'll talk about exercise routines, sleep quality, water intake, supplements, ergonomics, stretching routines, mattresses and pillows. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on, right? So we engage in this, and of course on this show here, we've talked about these topics many, many times. I've done hundreds of shows, and not only do we engage with people in the office, but I tell them, don't forget we have this library of videos generated from the show on the YouTube page. So you can go back and look at the prior shows and gather some data there. So that's the benefit, that's the value that we add in the office on top of the chiropractic care, okay? A lot of people think of, if they've never been to a chiropractor before, if you only go when you have a problem in the spine, you get a couple pokes in the back, and then you're on your way and you're good to go. My point here is, of course, as you can see with the discussion we've already had, is we can add a lot more value to somebody's life than just some pokes in the back and so forth. Now, of course, if somebody comes in with a lower back flare-up and they can't be a parent and they can't work and they can't do stuff around the house and they can't exercise, they have no quality of life, and we work on them for a few weeks and they feel great and they stop coming. I mean, that's a wonderful gift. That's an amazing gift, and they are very appreciative, and we're certainly grateful that we had an opportunity to help them. But then we can step up that value, okay? So that's what I wanted to offer to you, is the value that we have. But then the subject we were talking about yesterday in the office with another one of the chiropractors there is medical insurance. So there's a variety of medical insurance coverage for chiropractic, and some of it, it all has limits actually. It all has limits. So a lot of chiropractic coverage in insurance plans has a hard cap. You'll get 12 visits a year or 20 visits per year. That's fairly standard stuff. Think of it like physical therapy. If somebody has a sprained ankle, the doctor will diagnose it, refer you to physical therapy. You'll have X number of weeks or visits until the problem gets better. If it's a complicated issue, then the physical therapy office might have to apply for more visits, and maybe gets approved, maybe not. You have to wrestle with that hurdle and so on and so forth. Kind of similar here too. In chiropractic, if you have a set number of visits per year, that's the end of it. In other insurances, you have a few visits in the beginning, and then visits have to be applied for, and you have to demonstrate, if you will, our office has to demonstrate that you're getting better, but you need more care. So we have to, basically tar and feather ourselves and write novels on the reasons that you need ongoing care and the wonderful things that we're doing in the office and so on and so forth. And so we were going through this, and a lot of these insurance companies will hire an intermediary company to assess the need for ongoing chiropractic care or not need the ongoing chiropractic care. Okay? So I thought this, and I've thought this for a long time, and I wanted to present this to all of you. I would say if an insurance plan has chiropractic benefits, and not all of them do, just offer 20 chiropractic visits a year. That's it. No questions asked. Use them however you want. Now, the reason I say that is there are problems, there are parameters that insurance has when it comes to those chiropractic visits. You have to have an injury or a flare-up. This includes Medicare, by the way, okay? And all your commercial insurances. So if the turn of the year comes in January 1st and you have 12 more chiropractic visits, you can say, hey, I'm going to come in once a month for wellness care and I'll use my visits. Nope, doesn't work like that. No insurances cover wellness chiropractic care. They never have, and likely, unfortunately, they never will. So I made the point with the doctor yesterday. I said, it would actually save everybody money. The intermediary review companies would go away if they would just offer the chiropractic visits. By the way, all chiropractic costs the healthcare industry in the United States 0.3% of the entire cost of healthcare. Okay? So even if all the chiropractic reimbursement went away, nobody would even notice. It wouldn't save anybody any money. But here's my proposal to them, and this is what I'm offering you as I wrap this up for you. Okay? Is all insurance plans cover chiropractic for 20 visits a year. Whether somebody wants to use it for wellness or if they need it for a flare-up or an injury or whatever it is, they can use those visits. Here's the beauty of that. Let's say somebody gets well, decides to opt for wellness chiropractic care. Let's say they come in twice a month or once a month, whatever it might be. Then we can start engaging on these other healthcare topics like we do with our wellness community right now. We talk about, again, the nutritional changes, the exercise routines, the sleep quality, the water intake, the supplements, the ergonomic changes, the stretching routines, whatever it is. We get to engage people in these quality of life things, these wellness care things. So imagine if we do this with all of these people under wellness care conditions, right? And we start engaging into these wellness topics. Not to say that everybody's going to follow through on all of these things, but if we start steering the ship in that direction, imagine the money that we would save. The chronic disease rates that would drop even just a little bit. Taking the chronic pain conditions, one of the most common and expensive things that we endure in the industrialized world is chronic pain. I've quoted this before. Judy Foreman said 1 of 2 adults in the United States has chronic pain. The most common spot is the lower back. So if we can engage people in that, that's going to save a lot of time and effort and pills and opioid addiction and troubles and so forth. The money we could save would be awesome. And then we could expand that a little bit further. Imagine if insurances would take care of visits to nutritionists on a regular basis, exercise routines, physical therapists, personal trainers, gym memberships, stress reduction methodologies. So insurance could pay for all of that on an ongoing basis. And again, these visits are very, very inexpensive when you compare it to very, very expensive, sometimes needed, medical interventions. But if you look at this, you look at the value, backing it down to the chiropractic and what we talk about with our wellness community. If you think about that, the money we could save would be awesome. The last take-home message, because as I like to say, let's say all of the CEOs of the insurance companies would join me on a Zoom call, or we would record it or whatever, and I would make my 5-minute pitch to them and say, pay for wellness chiropractic care, pay for wellness chiropractic care. It will actually save you money. Likely that's not going to happen unless you know the insurance company CEOs, then set them up with me and I'd be happy to do it. And some other experts can come on too. Okay, so the take-home message now for you as an individual is consider engaging in wellness care after your pains and problems are gone, because you can see the added value that we can add to your life and to your family. I'm Dr. Scott Fuller. Thank you.